Word for Turd podcast, episode 117, Lamar. What is it?
Well, Joe, okay, it's beyond Resonator. But
yes.
It's beyond Resonator, but Joe, there is so many layers to this cake. Because we're going to go back to Full Moon, and ironically, we're going back to Cthulhu. But not as heavy as some other things we've done.
Yeah.
This new series on Full Moon combines, what is it? I would say 3 properties.
I mean, you have the Re-Animator.
Yes.
You have From Beyond.
Yes.
Right? So, and characters, and sons of characters, like all kinds of things they're tying in.
Yeah. So, it's 2 films that branched off and then came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, oh, well, we got to break that down first, Joe.
Right. And we're up to, this is episode 3.
Yes.
Because Full Moon tends to make about an hour-long film, but they break it up into half-an-hour chunks.
Mm-hmm.
So the last one of this was Beyond Resonator, right? It was...
it was Miskatonic U, wasn't
right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that leads us to here. So, yeah, breaking it down, they made a movie, the Re-Animator.
Yes.
Which is based off of a short story called, Herbert West, the Re-Animator.
Mm-hmm.
And that tied in, and now you have From Beyond.
Yep.
And then you have the doctor from Beyond who created the Resonator machine.
Yes. Yep.
His son is now in these new movies, the
yes.
son of the character, creating the Resonator again.
Miskatonic U. He's following in his father's footsteps to his father's chagrin because he doesn't want him to do that. They brought that back. And going back to the H.P. Lovecraft thing, we include sex, tentacles, and multiple dimensions, Joe. And now we're back because they're back at Miskatonic U. And now the dimension is kind of trying to come back. The woman, what's her name? We couldn't say it before.
We could.
Kathogra. She's trying to break through in this dimension because she's had a taste, Joe.
Yes.
But all the while, there's a knock on the door of a random guy on campus. And who else is it? Herbert West.
Herbert West. Now, and that was where I was like, is he the son of Herbert West from the previous movies? Or is this a continuation completely? Or is it a reimagining of the character?
It feels like a reimagining, but go ahead.
Is he reanimated?
Well, wouldn't he be rejuvenated?
I don't know. I just threw that out there.
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But we're putting the puzzle pieces together. And I think they're going to cross these things over because you have the bringing back the dead with Herbert West.
Yep.
And then what's the other guy's name? In this, it's
Crawford.
Crawford. Yeah. He's following in his footsteps. He's trying to close off that dimension. So things will collide, Joe, in this first episode. Or just be hinted at.
Right. Now, do you think, when you say that things are going to collide, do you think Herbert is going to be a villain with what he's doing? Or is he going to be, helping them close the dimension from the Resonator? What do you think's going on?
Here's the thing. If you look at the movie and you look at the episode, Herbert West is, a lack of a better term, kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
He's only consumed with his research of reanimating people. He's to himself. He's not even like one of the nerds you feel bad for it. He's just kind of like, oh, well, F you too, buddy. Whatever.
Don't call me bro.
that kind of stuff.
That was
it's like,
line.
It's that kind of stuff. And so I think we should make predictions, Joe.
Okay.
I think he's going to find a way to reanimate people and team up with Kathogra, if I even say her name right, and try to take over the world.
Oh, okay. So you're predicting him to be a villain.
I think he's going to be a villain. Now, it could be a twist where maybe he uses his undead, people as an army against interdimensional people.
I was kind of thinking something like that. Like they would end up using his ability to do the reanimation to use it to fight against what they started with the Resonator.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that he's gonna play an integral part in going forward in that regard. But who knows?
Maybe that's his redemption of being just a jerk to everybody.
Now, some of the characters, the kid that's playing the Herbert, he's really good, I think, though.
He's playing that character into the role. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. And then you have the kid that plays the son. I'm not into that character yet. I don't know why.
You've seen the previous stuff and everything like that, right?
Most of them, yeah.
He's kind of like the tortured college kid. He doesn't have like a persona like Herbert West does. So he's kind of just like Guy. So it's kind of like, we're following this guy. It's like, okay, he has issues, but he doesn't have a character, like defining characteristics.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I mean, the actor, he's good, but I'm just saying, like, the character in general so far, like, I'm not rooting for him. You know what I mean? I kind of, like, when they brought in the Herbert character, I was like, okay, I like that guy. Like, he's obnoxious, but I like him.
Everybody, it's kind of like your typical, like, these are the kids at school. You have I guess he has maybe a biracial, because he's light-skinned, Herbert West's new roommate, who he doesn't like to hear him call him bra or whatever. He's there, but it's just like we don't really know about him. He has a girlfriend. We don't know about her. Mm-hmm. There's 2 other girls. We don't know about them.
Yeah, I mean, the other girls are playing into the plot, though.
Oh, well, there is a lesbian love affair. Because, you know, on Turd podcast, it's a budding love story between 2 women. So that should be interesting. So.
Yeah. I think going forward, they need to flesh out all the other characters, though. Because to me, the only really interesting character so far is Herbert.
Well, and if you see the original movie, the Herbert West character carries like the movie. Yeah. Like everybody is kind of like reacting to the crazy stuff he's doing. Yeah. So, yeah, like flesh out these characters. I'll say this: they're very standard. Yeah. This character is supposed to be here, but there's nothing like more to them. Herbert West is more, nobody touch my stuff. Yeah. Blah blah blah. So,
what about the effects and everything? What do you feel about that?
I feel like they're cute, Joe. I did like it.
I like it too. Yeah.
I like when the face. We don't want to spoil everything, but a face explodes. I like that.
Yeah, yes. I mean, what the appeal of these movies are the kind of campy and the cheesy stuff, and the effects, they look good for what they are, and they're still kind of like in line with the older movies. You know what I mean? Yes, very true. The Resonator, I'm wondering if they rebuilt it or if it's like the same prop from back in the day.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because it looks like they got all the details on it right, you know?
Very true.
So the whole setup. And I swore one of the set pieces or whatever, or one of the locations, was the same place where they filmed Don't Let Her In. The brick building.
Don't say anything.
I was thinking I think they've used this building in another movie. And I was thinking, I was like, oh yeah, that might be the building from Don't Let Her In.
Don't be silly, Joe. It's not like they used the same building in the same shot.
But, you know, the set design was pretty cool. The little science lab and all the stuff that they made. So, no, it's all cool.
One thing Full Moon does is, like, the interior stuff. They know how to light stuff and make it look interesting. So that's good. Even when, you know, Herbert West, he has his little lab. That's interesting and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, what are you rating it?
I'm gonna do the bland thing. I'm gonna say a 3. I am intrigued to see what happens, but I'm more intrigued just because of Herbert West's character. Yeah, he's interesting because he actually has quirks and stuff like that. So I will say this 3 out of 5 is getting me interested in the series, and hopefully they develop the characters and make them, you know, characters.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm gonna say 3.5 out of 5. But I'm with you. Like, I'm looking forward to what they do with the series and where they go with it. And I think they're doing a really good job kind of like tying everything together. They got the right guy to play Herbert, so that's cool. He's doing a great job. So they can do a lot with this, just like tying it together with the old movies, but moving it on to new directions and stuff. So I'm interested and I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for me.
All right, there you go. Well,
I guess that wraps it up then.
Here's the next question, though. Do we wait until the end to review it as a series, or do we review it as each episode? I vote just all together, just because.
Yeah, I think what we might do someday is do a full deep dive from the original all the way up to the end of this little series that they got going on here.
It's the H.P. Lovecraftian Full Moon universe.
Maybe we rank their whole universe as a whole, or we rank each film, like we put a tier together or something. Because they're putting something together, and it's pretty cool. It's not like they're taking, like... Oh, because, you know, like, Re-Animator was, like, kind of a cult classic.
Right.
And they're doing good with it. It's not like they're just taking a dump on something just to, you know...
make money,
revive something old. No, it's like, no, they understand it, they get it, and they're putting it together really well. So yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you next time. Beyond Resonator.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
The Re-Animator from beyond Full Moon universe.
We'll make up a better name. We'll get it. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's fine. Yes.
Right on. Peace.
Deuces.